Today, I'm going to highlight a little bit the BR&E reports, along with the other activities and where we are headed. So there was 5 key reasons why we got into business retention and expansion and why we did it. For those of you that are wanting the full report, it is online, Invest Leeds Grenville. There's a theme to this, investleedsgrenville.com. /BRE, and the report is all there if you want it. So I'm just going to give some highlights for this. The 5 key reasons why we do this: existing businesses create jobs. 76 to 90% of existing businesses, you're creating the jobs in our community, and that's amazing. You're already invested in the community. You are amazing ambassadors for the community. And the interviews that we did, it provides an early warning system, whether it be opportunities for growth or opportunities for further jobs, but also in the way of if you're having some challenges or any closing that comes up. It also provides us as municipalities an awareness of what's going on in our communities. The business retention program we undertook was under the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs. It's an economic development-oriented approach. We agreed to take the leadership role for doing the counties, which included all 10 of our member municipalities, but also for Augusta, Rideau Lakes, and Merrickville-Woolford, who also financially partnered with us. The 10 municipalities is included in the county's report, and that was delivered on October 24th. Augusta was delivered on September 9th, and Rideau Lakes August 12th. Merrickville-Woolford was delivered on October 28th. So you can see they've all been very recently released. There is a wealth of qualitative and quantitative information if you're looking from either a government or a business perspective that you're looking to leverage and find some data on. I'm here then just to share a little bit about the information. Over 300 surveys were completed from various industry sectors, and there's also a part of the county's main report. There was additional sector reports done in downtown retail, local food, tourism, farm, and agriculture. Overall, we had excellent sector mix. The businesses that we surveyed, 83% of businesses are locally owned and operated with one location, 12% with more than one location, 95% of the businesses are locally owned overall. Deep-rooted companies are important to have in our community, and it's a great base to grow from and for us to support. We do have 5% franchise branch or division from national and international companies in the region that we interviewed. 65% of the business in the counties have been in operation for 11 years plus, 25%, 35 years. That's amazing. Again, excellent. 12%, we're showing us some opportunities of new growth, have been in operation for the last 3 years. 74% of the businesses surveyed see Leeds Grenville as an excellent place to do business, compared to 68% in Ontario and 73% for Canada. But overall, I think we're really positive about doing business in our region. In the next 18 months, this was a very positive piece. 48% of our businesses indicated they would be remaining the same, while 40% actually were indicating that they would be expanding. Again, very positive, which means 88% of our businesses are in stable or growth mode. 12% are going to see change, and hopefully we can intervene on how we have this affect us. 2% are downsizing, 4% relocating, 5% selling, 1% in closing. The businesses that are expanding indicated, and put this into real numbers here, 349 jobs will be created in the next 18 months. That's phenomenal for this region. As well, additional square footage, nearly 140,000 feet of square footage will be required. Workforce, we've heard a little about it. Here's the data. We have a section that focused dedicated to this. 52% of our businesses indicated they have hiring challenges. 53% indicated the challenges are related to the industry, and 47% related to the community. Workforce ranked number 2 as the top 5 most important factors to a business. 49% of businesses indicated to attract new employees was poor to fair. 56% of businesses indicated that availability of qualified workers was poor to fair. When asked to describe your hiring challenges, 26% too few applicants, 33% lack of appropriate skills or training, 25% lack of relevant experience. Other items include a lack of work ethic, desire to work, or no driver's license. As we're in a rural area, this is a factor. Businesses are having difficulty finding general laborers, skilled trades, sales associates, drivers, as we just heard here, administrative personnel, technicians, cooks, equipment operators, and managers and supervisors. And I'm sure many of you can attest to some of that. When asked to cite the one important factor that would increase your business success, access to labor was the most cited factor, followed by marketing, increased traffic, and access to capital. 40% of the businesses indicated that they recruit through their own networks from referrals, commonly known as our silent job market. This leads me to wonder about the employment agencies in the way of we need to get them connected to those individuals, and also is there an opportunity to reach out through digital platforms? Another part of the survey brought out the business collaboration and support. First being business to business, it was very clear, and today is evident, businesses want to work together, and today is a great example as we have everyone here. 85% support from other businesses rated as important. 72% members of businesses such as Chamber of Commerce, you're very active in different organizations. 73% of businesses are interested in joint marketing, networking, information sharing, and joint training. Next, in business collaboration and support is the various support or organization. You'll see the blue there is no contact. In each and every case, if you take out that element, those agencies are doing remarkably well. So it translates then into employment centers, 75%, good to excellent. Small business centers, 70%. Post-secondary education, 72. Business development bank, 52. Workforce planning board, 51. Community futures program, 67. And Launch Lab, 61. The key here is getting everyone connected, and we need to work on that together. 5 of the top requests for support and assistance was e-marketing, social media and online workshops, joint marketing, business networking, workforce planning, and trade shows. 61% of businesses have not accessed funding or business services from or are not-for-profit agencies. Today, I'm hoping we can change that. I believe there is money being out there at the federal and provincial levels of government, which you're going to hear later. I would like to see that money coming to Leeds Grenville. Just saying. Finally, the third area in business collaboration is municipalities. 84% of businesses are looking for support from municipalities and ranked it as important. Businesses were asked to rate their satisfaction. 3 municipal services that can directly impact was planning and zoning. 39% of businesses rated service as good to excellent. 29% fair to poor. So some discussion we got to have there. But we are doing well in snow plowing. 68% of businesses rated as good to excellent. So where's John? That snowmobile guy didn't really need to have to do that, but anyway. Economic development services, 24% to excellent, 20% to 4, no contact, 49%. It's a big area, and we have limited resources on that, so we need to take a look at that as well. External marketing was rated as our third area that consistently came up. And you have already seen this come up in one other slide. It ranks second as the most item for one of the things that could substantially change business. There was a lot of qualitative comments around this, and we heard marketing to younger demographic, increase awareness and promotion with advertising locally and regionally, marketing to new customers, and using electronic marketing. We asked businesses, what is your vision for the business community in the future? And basically, more joint efforts. Leeds and Grenville, hang on politicians, I know, should unite. So hence the United Counties. We'll keep working on that. And working together to promote the region, Leeds and Grenville should be promoted in terms of services, facilities, location, accessibility, function, and purpose. We also heard additional comments around promoting agriculture, buy local, and tourism. The fourth area that came up was the focus was infrastructure. And this is no surprise. 95% indicated internet service was important to their business. This was rated as the most important factor overall to a business. 88% indicated the cost of electricity and ranked third to workforce. That ranks second, so we have internet, workforce, electricity, and then the fourth being 86% of cellular phone. ERN activities and other public-private partnerships related to the internet and cell coverage and speed, important to infrastructure development. Can't stress this enough. I truly believe we need to get that connectivity. Other infrastructure items included local roads along with provincial and regional items should be a priority, as well as available natural gas and service land. We asked the community what are the community's municipal and region top advantages. Number one, can anyone guess? Location, location, location. The next one was certainly about our lifestyle. 93% of businesses indicated quality of life was important to them. And I believe the county's tagline is very reflective, where lifestyle grows good business, and we hit that on the head there. In Business Retention Report, you will find 4 other surveys, and I'm quickly just going to highlight a couple of things through that. There was a tremendous amount of data on this, so I'm only going to touch on a few items, as I say. There was 30 surveys completed on the downtown retail. 81% of businesses felt our downtowns are excellent places to do business, but some improvements are required when it comes to accessibility, wayfinding directional signage, and washrooms. Local food, 22 surveys completed. 83% of the businesses would be interested in supplying local markets, and distribution and management systems were in place. 94% of businesses have the capacity and interest to increase production supply to local markets. And you can see a couple of the other items there, again, with the buy local. For tourism, 39 surveys were completed. 60% of the businesses surveyed operate year-round. 37% operate spring, summer, and fall. So we hear sometimes that we're closed. Well, 97% of our businesses are open 3 of the 4 seasons. Only 3% just operate in the summer. So that is a viable market. 55% of our businesses indicated the opportunity to expand into additional seasons. Finally, farm and agriculture, 26 surveys were completed. 80% businesses indicated the following factors are somewhat to very important. 89% overall, the cost of doing business was important to them. That makes sense. 58% technology changes was important. 54% was certainly the impact of CETA and other trade agreements. 88% was public concern and awareness of the industry. That's very important to this community being rural. 61% issues concerns with finance. That is our Business Retention Expansion Report, and there's the website should you wish to access that. The county's report along with the 3 municipal reports. So what else did we get up to in the year? Well, aside from the 300 business surveys that we completed over the last 18 months, we also did additional 21 consults with businesses and 40 points of contacts in 2019. Keep in mind, we only have a staff of 4. On top of that, we heard very early on when it came to our business of retention and expansion that we had workforce issues. And this was back in, I believe it was January. We also heard this when the City of Brockville did their BR&E process with Rob Nolan and the Economic Development Office there. Together, we immediately took a leadership role, bringing together employers, other municipal economic development offices, and employment agencies. The result was a proposal that went to the Ministry of Training, Colleges, and Universities to address entry-level vacant positions. What resulted was $500,000 being invested into this region, running the program called Pathways to Production. Employment and Education Center did the lead on this application. In addition, so the program is now running. It's 4 weeks in class, 2 weeks in job trial, $1,000 to an employer. And this is part of the program. And I know we've got some of the employment agencies here, including Sue, that can answer any questions on this. We've had a very successful, Keys did the Gananoque class, 7 and 9 participants completed and are now employed in open positions that couldn't be filled before. CSE currently has a class going on with 10, and EEC will be starting their program, and that'll be going in January or February. This program was designed around employer needs, and we're going to be reaching out more to you on this, a great collaborative effort. Second area of focus, county's economic development has been under leadership and capacity building is the summit itself. Last year we had our 10th anniversary. Unfortunately, we lost one of our valuable members of the planning team, our previous MP, Gord Brown. I couldn't let today go without mentioning his name, and I'm sure he's here in spirit. In 2019, we continued to support new initiatives. In December, BBL Energy took ownership on the old Prescott Welding Building. Renovations have been underway, and we're looking forward to their next steps. We're continuing to work with AquaWorld. Last year, we provided support to 3 new businesses, Bochelle Cider, who also opened Orkel Bakery in Mallorytown, Westport Brewing, and also, yes, a little shout out, and also Fern and Fox Yoga. Next summer, go to Delta. You're going to see an amazing transformation that's happening there. There's the Rideau Lakes Group. We're also working with a few other companies, but of course, can't tell you everything, but I look forward to sharing that next year. In 2019, we continued our support with tourism, provided visitor services at the Mallorytown En Route Center. We also launched for the 5th season of the Thousand Islands and Rideau Canal Garden Trail. And finally, this was one that didn't come easy, but it finally came together, bringing together RTO, and this is regional tourism organizations, 9, 10, 11, Parks Canada, and the town of Smith Falls to come together as the Rideau Canal Working Group. And this is the first project that was undertaken, is the development of a new website. It's live, but it's not finished, and I know Bonnie's here, and we're still talking and working it way through. It's available at visitridaucanal.com. And it's a group effort in providing one continuous marketing element for the region of the Rideau Canal. In marketing and communications, in 2019, we continued to develop our micro websites, invest.com, which you've heard, but also discoverleedsgrenville.com. And these are our central repositories for information and our key marketing tools. In 2019, we also saw a major upgrade with information coming in our business directory, making it more mobile friendly and visitor appealing, as you can see now with pictures and images. That is available. If you don't have your business on that, that's available investleedsgrenville.com/directory. This year was also another landmark from time period for it. It was 5 years for the e-newsletter that was coming out. If you don't receive this, please make sure you get connected to us. This is our main communication piece, and it highlights any funding programs or business-related workshops. Several media outlets are now also picking up this. You'll see, and I'll talk about it in the next slide here, and we're happy to support those media outlets. Over 127 businesses have been featured, and an additional 18 profiles were featured in the Ontario East Economic Development Commission e-newsletter. And Lucy, put your hand up there, Lucy. She's here, and we're glad that we can help her in promoting this region. I often hear, when we do the e-newsletter of, ooh, I never knew that. And so just some key ones that we got some immediate response of was when Shell invested $16 million into the local plant. Global supplier of knitting needle. It is here in Leeds and Grenville. And also in this region, we have a dairy-based delivery company that's doing astronomically well. Stay tuned, more to come. Every Tuesday is when they come out. If you're interested as a business in being featured, speak to Deanna. Okay. Future strategic directions. Well, with the BR&E report now completed, we reviewed numerous documents and research opportunities and identified key strategic areas going forward. There are no surprises here, just enhancements to a strong economic development program. We're going to continue developing leadership and capacity building, such as the summit, refocus on investment readiness to support future opportunities while continuing to seek new investment. We will maintain a strong business visitation program and also follow up with the businesses that we have met with and continue meeting with new ones to support them as well. This is new for us, and it's no surprise as it comes forward, and you've heard it time and time again. Talent attraction and workforce development. This should, as I say, come as no surprise with the findings from the BR&E program along with what you've heard today. We are modifying one of our strategic directions to focus more on a diverse economy. Previously, we just had it just tourism, but what we have found, we continue to focus on all sectors, and the modification more reflects what the actual activities that we're involved in. We will continue to be responsive to local economy needs while we research innovation and emergent sectors. Finally, marketing communications. We will continue with our tools, enhance our digital platforms and outreach, and undertake a comprehensive marketing plan. Thank you. All righty.